So we're going to start a second geometry unit called transformations. So on your paper you'll see a section that says transformations, and what we're going to write for our definition is, in geometry, transformations are the movements of objects, and these objects could be shapes, they could be lines, they could be points, anything you could put on a coordinate plane, in the coordinate plane. So hit pause and get that copied. Okay, so the next screen you're going to see says translations. That's the first transformation we're going to cover. So the first transformation is called translations. Now on your paper it says transformations. I need you to scratch that out and write translations. So I need you to scratch out the word transformations on the page that has the table and write translations. Okay, so in our first box I want you to write the word action. This is going to tell us, what does a translation do? What does a translation do? Okay, what happens is the objects slide vertically and or horizontally. So some objects will just slide vertically, some will just slide horizontally, and some will slide vertically then horizontally, or horizontally then vertically. Okay, in the second box, I want you to write words. So in words, what's going to happen is each point moves right or left, then up or down. So you might be given instructions in words that says move the point 2 to the right and 3 down. So that would be an example of what it would look like. Now, algebraically, the way it will be written, it'll look like this. You'll have an X and a Y coordinate, then you'll see an arrow, and you'll have a new X written. Oops. Stick with me here. Okay, so you're going to see X and Y coordinate become X plus or minus a number, Y plus or minus a number. Here's what that means. If it's X plus a number, what's going to happen is the X value is, you're going to add a number to the X value. So if you add a number to the X value, the point will move to the right. If you have an X minus a number, it's going to move to the left. And then if you have your Y plus a number, if you think about the Y axis, as the Y increases, the points move up. So if it's Y plus a number, it's up. Y minus a number, the point moves down. Okay, and this is not going to make sense until you see an example. But get this whole thing copied. Hopefully you have enough room. If you don't and you need to extend down, there should be some room for that. Okay, let's take a look at it at an example. So you'll go find this part of your paper. So what we have here is, if you look in words, here's the description of what needs to happen to this blue shape. In words, we're told that the shape is going to move 2 right and 4 down. What I want you to look at is look at the words compared to the algebra. 2 right and 4 down. A left and right movement is on the x-axis. Okay, if I imagine a point and I want to move that point to the right 2, this point is going to go 1, 2 to the right. And there's my new point. So that's my x movement. And if you see right here, see x plus 2? That signifies that we're going to move to the right 2. So if you can imagine, don't write this down, just watch. If this is my point, my x value, my ordered pair would be 3, 3. If I want to move my x to the right 2, if I add 2 to my x, 3 plus 2 is 5. So that means my new x value would be 5. Now 3 plus 2 is 5. That's where the x plus 2 comes from. Okay, let's take a look at the y. It says we're going to move 4 down. That's y minus 4. The up and down is a y-axis movement. Okay, the y, if you think about plotting points, the y is where you go up or down. So in this case, I'm going to go down 4, or y minus 4. So if my point's right here at 3, 2, if I move my point down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, my new ordered pair would be 2, negative 2. Now if we look at the math of it, if my y is 2, 2 minus 4 would be negative 2. So that's where the minus 4 comes in. So you can translate these based on the algebra or based on the words. Okay, so let's take a look at what's happening here. Okay, so I'm going to take my shape and I'm going to move it. Now this tells me to move 2 to the right. So that's 1 to the right, 2 to the right. Then it's telling me to move 4 down. So I'm going to go down 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units. Oops. Okay, so if we take a look at my new shape, each point, let me get it in my blue here. Each point moved down 2, to the right 2 and down 4. So D went to the right 2 and down 4. To the right 2, down 4. And so here's my new point. Now the way that we notate the new images, so this is called the pre-image. And I want you to label this. Let me get my colors straight. This is called the pre-image. And the blue one now is just called the image. And the way we notate this is I write this point is D and it stays D, except now we have a little apostrophe above it. E, move 2 to the right and 4 down, and it becomes E. It's like the image E. And F, move 2 right and 4 down, and I put the F with a little apostrophe. So you can literally... Okay, so let's take a look at what else we have happening on this paper. Another way that you can translate, so we just literally moved each point. I went to my first point on the corner, and I moved it 2 right and 4 down. Did each of those. The other thing you can do is we can do it with a table. So if I look at my pre-image, it's triangle DEF. So add that underneath the word pre-image. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the ordered pairs for each corner or each vertice or point of our shape. So the ordered pair for D. Okay, so my ordered pair right here is -3, 4. My ordered pair for E is -3, 1. My ordered pair for F is 1, 1. Now for our pre-image, what we're going to do is we're not going to copy them off the picture. I want to use the algebra because there are times where you'll need to be able to do that. So let's take a look at this with algebra. X plus 2, y minus 4. So for my x values, I'm going to add 2 to each x value and subtract 4 from each x value. So negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 4 minus 4 is 0. 1 minus 4 is negative 3. 1 minus 4 is negative 3. Now we can go through and just double check that everything is correct. So if I look at my image D, my ordered pair should be negative 1, 0. And it is. E should be negative 1, negative 3. And it is. F should be 3, negative 3. And it is. Sometimes you'll need a table, sometimes you won't. Sometimes you'll want a table, sometimes you don't care. Underneath the word image, definitely rewrite this with the correct notation because you will see it notated like that. Okay? So definitely copy this page onto your screen. Now, image coordinates. So what we're going to do is we need to move left 1 and up 3. Okay? So each of our coordinates, and we have to go out of order a little bit here. So for A is going to move left 1 and then up 3. And that's going to become my image of A. So my new ordered pair for A is going to be negative 4, 1. Now if I just compare ordered pairs, negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. So if I did ordered pairs, I could have done this. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. 2 plus 3 is 5. Excuse me, negative 2 plus 3 is 1. And that gives me my new ordered pair. Or we could use the coordinate plane to get that. Okay, so my next point is going to be the B. So my B, I'm going to move to the left 1 and up 3 and get my new B. And the ordered pair for B is going to be negative 4, 4. And again, if I look at my coordinates here and I'd say negative 3 minus 1, because I'm going, my translation tells me x minus 1. And then my y is y plus 3, so 1 plus 3 is 4. So you could do it again, you could do it mathematically or on the picture. So for C, I'm moving to the left 1, up 3 for my image of C. So my ordered pair is now 1, 4. And for D, left 1, up 3. So my ordered pair is 1, 1. And there's my new rectangle. Oh, add a D at the end of that. Okay? So on number 4, make sure you add the image of D. And that's it. So once you have all this copied, grab one of the practice sheets from the front. There's a link below with a couple of the answers done to check yourself. And that's it.